Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So let's start off with Chloe. Oh, Chloe. So Stefan comes over and he has like flowers and stuff like that, and because it's her birthday. And so he comes inside and he starts asking, like, does anyone else remember your birthday? A lot of people didn't, including Brady, because Brady's not there dealing with Marlena and the family in the hospital. So, she's like, hey, listen, I'm still in a committed relationship. I can't be with you. And, it's just going to be what it's going to be. So Stefan's like, all right, fine. We could just sit there and be friends. Um, Now he had some gifts for her, and one of them was champagne. He's like, hey, how about we just sit there and toast your birthday? Now the whole time I'm just looking at this like, it's just not a good look. If Brady just walked in and he sees you just sipping champagne with Stefan, who clearly wants to be, with you, just hanging out, because he's gonna be like, why didn't you just tell him to kick rocks? And that's exactly what wound up happening. Brady came in there, and Brady was like, the hell is this? He's like, yo, what are you sitting there doing with my girl, pretty much? And Stefan's like, hey, I just want to come over and get some, champagne and flowers and stuff, because it's her birthday. At that point, Brady felt like crap. And, Chloe's like, no, it's cool, you got a lot going on with the family and stuff, so I understand. So yeah, she's like, no, it's fine or whatever, you got a lot going on. And, a couple of times Stefan made a comment about, oh, would you like some, oh, you're still not drinking? You want some orange juice or whatever? So he leaves. Because at this point, Brady's like, yo, listen, I want to just be, I just want to be my girl right now. So he leaves. And it's really funny? When he walked in and he saw that doe-eyed, stupid expression on Chloe's face, it made me laugh. It made me laugh because now I'm just not doing, I'm appreciating this because I'm like, remember when Philip was going out with Chloe and you would just show up, and when Chloe, when Philip would walk in the room, or he would be a little bit jealous and stuff like that. And now you're going through something that's very similar. Now Stefan is hanging around and you're not happy about that, but you were so cool when your cousin was dating Chloe and you kept sniffing around this, that, and the third. Oh, I'm only sleeping in the bed because my back hurts. Yeah, karma. Karma. I was literally like 3 seconds away from just spilling that whole soda on my shirt. And it would have sucked because I would have had to sit there and do this video over again. Um, so Rex comes in because, well, Rex comes to see Kate. And, Kate's like, she feels like she's ready to just give up and just kind of just have it be over. Um, Roman's like, no, you gotta sit there and keep fighting, I love you, this, that, and third. And then Rex comes in. Now, here's the thing about this episode. On one hand, I'm glad that they're not going to sit there and drag out this story too long. Because when Rex came in, Rex was like, oh, this whole thing, it feels so similar to, Dad's case and stuff like that, when he was sick like years ago. And I'm just looking at this, so I'm like, all right, so let me get this straight. You got the NSA, the tox scientists and doctors and stuff like that. They can't figure it out. They're baffled. Rex comes in town less than a day, and he has a good idea of what all three of the women are dealing with. And I'm just like, I guess Rex was there just to move the plot along faster. So I did kind of laugh. And on one hand, I'm like, okay, I can appreciate the fact that they're not going to sit there and drag out the story too long. That at least they can have an idea of what it is, and eventually Rex do find, that is very similar to Roman's case. And again, on the other hand, I'm just like, oh man, it's a good thing that Rex was in town to sit there and find, what was wrong with them. When top scientists at this secret government, on this government agency, couldn't figure it out. But Rex comes in town less than 24 hours, and he got this whole thing like, yeah, I have an idea what it is. Okay. Um, so he discovered that they're gonna need whatever orchid that cured Roman. They're gonna need that. Now, funny thing is, Roth was talking to Kristen. Kristen wants revenge. Kristen wants Roth to kidnap Chloe and to, fry her brain or whatever. But Roth was like, yo, listen, I just got out of jail. I'm not trying to go back in the pen, like I'm not trying to do that. He's like, no. And, Kristen tries everything from like practically almost trying to threaten him to trying to bribe him, trying to reason with him, trying to appeal to, oh, my father would be so disappointed and this, that, and the third. But Ralph is like, yo, listen, I got other pressing matters. And eventually he does talk about Orpheus taking the drug and, doing it to Marlena, Kaylin, and Kayla and Kate. And Kristen's like, yo, listen, this isn't going, because Rachel loves Marlena. Yeah, Marlena. So if anything happens to her, that's not good. So he's like, yo, listen, you gotta sit there and try to come up with a cure. Roth already has some on file. Apparently, they made a cure back in the day, because Stefano was like, yo, listen, you need to make a cure. I don't know exactly why, but he was like, you need to make a cure. So, oh, that's what it was. He made the cure because I guess he tried to dangle that as like, yo, listen, you're only gonna get better if I get out of jail. So it was literally his get out of jail card. Just so happens that he already has the antidote. He already has the orchid. And it's another one of those things like, man, I was just so convenient that they didn't have to sit there and try to find it or anything like that. But I guess, they can't afford any sorts of, fancy sets. Like if they had to go to, I don't know, whatever country they had to go to the first time to get it, um, they just was not going to go through that. So it just turned out that um, it was in Ross' lab the whole time. Now, when Rex was like, "Yo, listen, we got to find that orchid. We got to pray that it works." But the thing is, um, the symptoms are slightly different. So you got to sit there and wonder: is the orchid actually going to work for them? Given that they have different symptoms than Roman did. But I guess time will tell, and by time telling, I mean like they're gonna figure out how to save these women's lives. Um, you're not gonna sit there and get off Kayla, Marlena, and Kate. Okay, you're not gonna kill off either one of them. So I guess that's why I'm also just like I'm not. It's like there's no true danger. There's no true element of danger. Because they're gonna sit there and keep those women. They've been on the show for years. They're not gonna sit there and kill them off. Now, it would surprise the hell out of me if that was to happen, but I doubt it. Um, John and Steve didn't really do too much of anything. Stephanie was upset with Steve because she's the last no. And she was like, "Yo, listen, you can't sit there and treat me like I'm a kid." But she comes in there to see Kayla, and they have some nice talk or whatever about how Kayla used to sit there and do to Stephanie when she was sick. So she does that. She lies to her brothers and sisters about Kayla's condition because she doesn't want them to worry. Uh, I feel like that's about it for the most part. But uh, listen, when Stefan winds up with Chloe, I'm gonna laugh my ass off for Brady. I'm gonna laugh my ass off at Brady. I really am gonna laugh my ass off because again, he had no problem going after Chloe, even when she was with Philip. The whole time, didn't give a damn about Philip's feelings, the fact that they are family. No, he wanted what he wanted. And Chloe made up, well, not lies, more excuses. Like, listen, at the end of the day, I don't give a damn if somebody's back is hurting or not. I walk in and I see somebody in bed with you, I'm going to be livid. You know the sad thing is that if the roles reverse, let's say it was Mimi or whatever, and the roles were reversed, Chloe would have lost it. Chloe would have lost it, even if it was like, oh, well, her back is hurting and, you trust me, this, that, and the third. She would have lost it, but she had no problem losing it on Philip saying, oh, you're taking things too far. And yeah, I get that he flew all the way down there, but you're just going to sit there and act like you spending the night in bed with another man, even if you're not doing anything, is just going to sit right with someone? Yet Brady didn't have a problem with that. And now Stefan is there just sniffing around Chloe, and he's even patting himself on the back when he's there looking at that painting of Stefano talking about, oh well, eventually I'm gonna sit there and get what I want. And when he does, oof, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Okay, because I feel like a lot of karma is coming, for Brady, for Rafe. I I forget who else, but I think those two are definitely two people that I am so looking forward to getting theirs. Anyway, I feel like for the most part that's about it. Or at least the most pertinent information. With that being said, I'm gonna go. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe, and I'll see you in the next video.